In America, I'm homeless. I don't make enough money to afford to live anywhere.
Loren has finally revealed the truth, and he's just thrown it out there so casually, it's as if he's ordering a latte. I mean, this is a huge bombshell for him to drop on Faith. But just you wait, because, oh boy, it gets so much worse.
I was out partying with one of my friends. She spent the night, and then in the middle of the night, she went me. I got a text from her this morning. Turns out she has gonorrhea of the throat, which means I most likely have gonorrhea of the penis.
Loren's got gonorrhea, but he and Faith aren't sleeping together. Yeah, you do the math. But before we get there, let's rewind to the start. So we join Loren in this episode after his first night in the Philippines. Now, he's alone in his hotel room, which, given what we know, is for the best. But as he and Faith get ready to go to the local market today, Loren finally begins to slowly trickle some information about his finances.
How many dollars you want to exchange?
All of it? Like 45, 46?
Is this all you have?
Yes, Faith, your boyfriend thought it would be a great idea to move to the other side of the world with just $46 in his pocket. And the most confusing part of this is that Loren doesn't seem to care, but also neither does Faith. She seems fine with the whole situation, but perhaps that's because she doesn't realise that's all the money he has in the world. It's not just what he has on him in his wallet at the moment.
I have no problem being open about my finances. I just hope she doesn't get turned off by it. Yeah, I want to exchange some US dollars to pesos.
How much US dollars?
46?
Loren lies a lot, doesn't he? Like, he says he has no problem being honest about his finances. But if that's really the case, then why hasn't he already told Faith that he's homeless and completely broke? Like, his actions don't match the words coming out of his mouth. But with only $46 in his pocket, Faith tries to urge him to be careful with his money. You should budget it, she says. Only Loren has completely different plans.
This market is amazing. It's got everything you could ever want. Authentic food, housewares, clothing, everything. And the best thing about this market is the prices.
Loren thinks he's won the jackpot or something. He's over the moon at how far his $46 actually stretch. He begins splashing his cash, like he spends $3 for shoes, $1.50 on towels. You like that dress, Faith? Don't worry, grab it, I've got you covered, says Moneybags over here.
For the first time in my life, I can afford to just go out and buy my girlfriend whatever she wants and a pair of shoes and spend money the whole day.
Now, you can understand why he might be excited that his limited money stretches further in the Philippines. But at the rate he's spending it, he's going to have no money left by the end of day one. Like, yeah, sure, it's nice to be able to buy your partner things to make them happy, but don't get it twisted, Loren. Like, spending $1.50 on tea towels isn't in any way going to make up for the fact that you're a liar and a cheat. And the way that he's acting today seems to have alarm bells ringing in Faith's mind.
But he's just said he's no money and now he's spending like crazy at the market. He seems very impulsive. That worries me.
What is Loren's plan here? I mean, when he uses up all of his remaining money, and he says he's got one last paycheck that he's expecting any day now, but once that goes, once it's all been used on tea towels and God knows what else, what's his actual plan? What on earth is he gonna do to survive? There's just something so scary, so creepy about the way he's smiling, even though he really shouldn't be. He just really doesn't take it seriously at all, much like something else that we're going to get to shortly. But when we join them later on that evening, Faith is taking Loren to introduce him to one of the most important people in her life. Mama Ding. Mama Ding isn't just a colleague, she's not just a friend. I consider her my second mum, Faith tells us. And after a little bit of small talk, Mama Ding dives head first into the serious questions.
What is your plan?
My plan for...
Your plan for Faith.
That gets complicated,
It's
Right.
complicated.
right?
Bombshell number 1 is about to drop. In as casual a way as you can imagine, Loren just drops into the conversation that he'd like to stay here in the Philippines.
I could see myself living here.
Now, this is something he and Faith have never discussed. She's always just assumed that she'd be moving to the States with him. And to say that Loren's revelation has caught her off guard would be a huge understatement. Just look at the smile completely disappear from her face. Yeah, you definitely get the impression that Faith wants to move to America for all of the opportunities that would provide her.
He always knew that I hoped to move to the US, and he never told me he wanted to live here instead. I don't know what to think about this.
Oh, Faith. It's about to get a whole lot worse. Now, Mama Ding explains to Loren that yes, while the cost of living is low in the Philippines, so too are the wages. It would be much better for everyone if long term you took Faith to the States, she says. But brace yourself, because now is time for bombshell number 2.
In America, I'm homeless. I don't make enough money to afford to live anywhere.
Oh.
Loren's revealing his homelessness like it's just another Tuesday. It's like he's discussing what he's having for lunch or something. No big deal, he's trying to make out, but in reality, it's a huge deal. Like, how's that something that hasn't come up in conversation with the person you love ever before? In fact, Faith reveals to the camera crew that while Loren told her that renting in America was expensive, while he revealed that he shared a house and had roommates, he never went as far as to tell her the full truth, that he doesn't actually have his own place to live and stay.
It worries me that he is such a bad place financially.
I think you need to plan. Everything you need to plan.
Once again, like she's explaining it to a child, Mama Ding tells Loren that it will be very hard for him to find work in the Philippines. Like, you don't speak the language, she tells him. You don't know how everything works out here. Jobs are hard to come by. Like, you can't just rock up somewhere and expect a job. In fact, you don't even have the legal status to work here even if you wanted to, she says to him. Only Loren seems to have convinced himself he's thought of every possible angle. He's got it all figured out in his mind.
So I get a computer job in the US and I just do it in the Philippines.
Do you have those skills?
I have some IT training. I can answer a phone and take phone calls.
That, Loren, is so vague that you can't even consider it a plan. I've got some IT training, like who knows what that even means, so I'll get myself a computer job. Like, what job, Loren? It's just painfully obvious that he doesn't really have any idea of what he's looking for or what he could do. If it was really that easy for him to get a computer job or any other job for that matter, then why hasn't he been doing that in the States? Yeah, his attitude has raised some serious flags with Mama Ding.
I'm worried for Faith kasi baka si Loren ginagamit niya si Faith kasi si Faith is a job stable kasi yun ang gusto niya.
Ding ding ding! Mama Ding got it in one. This woman can clearly see through all the crap. But, unfortunately, Faith seems to need a little bit longer to catch up. You see, she's unfortunately still choosing to see Loren through her rose-coloured spectacles. She seems to be desperately clutching on to the one redeeming feature he has in her eyes. The fact that he loves her just the way that she is, so he claims. The problem is, Faith, love isn't enough. And more to the point, is what Loren actually feels for her even considered love?
I don't mind to have not enough money. It's okay. Then I found you.
Because I accept you for who you are.
Yes.
Faith begins to get really emotional, and we know it's because she's found it almost impossible to find love in the Philippines. Loren's her first ever proper relationship, her first real boyfriend, and we're starting to see the first telltale signs that might be causing her to lower her standards and accept more from Loren than she really should. But believe it or not, when we join Loren the next morning, he manages to stoop even lower. You see, it's at this point that he reveals bombshell number 3.
I was out partying with one of my friends. She spent the night, and then in the middle of the night, she went me. I got a text from her this morning. Turns out she has gonorrhea of the throat, which means I most likely have gonorrhea of the penis.
Again, it's the casual way in which he drops this that blows my mind. This is the icing on top of the world's shittest cake. He just tries to bat it off like, oh, no big deal. While I've been cheating behind my partner's back, I've caught a sexually transmitted disease. He's so casual with it. Like, he knows that this is gonna crush Faith. It's gonna break her heart. She's still under the illusion that they're in a monogamous relationship.
I'm really nervous to tell Faith about this. I don't know if she fully understands that I haven't been monogamous. I always planned on talking to Faith about having an open relationship once I got to the Philippines.
Yeah, so a day after finding out that the man she thinks she loves is broke and homeless, Faith is now set to learn that Loren has been sleeping with other people the entire time they've been together. And what's more, he's picked up a terrible memento for his troubles.
My penis is upset. You know, a little discharge that definitely happened since I've been here in the Philippines. So now, today, we're gonna deal with that fun fact.
I tell you what, if all of that doesn't cause Faith to kick Loren to the curb, you know what might? I think the straw that might break the camel's back is if Loren comes cap in hand, begging Faith for the money to pay for his treatment. Stay tuned, because I think that might be what comes next.